U.S. set a 2-week time frame for assessing peace talks between Russia and Ukraine.
Vietnam. Laos continued to tighten special relationship, comprehensive cooperation.
Vinh Prison, a place marking heroic memories.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news. I'm Hoàng Yên, and here we go, the first step of the show. On August 21st, the United States set a 2-week time frame for assessing peace talks between Russia and Ukraine as the President Donald Trump ramps up his efforts to negotiate an end to the war.
I would say within 2 weeks we're going to know one way or the other. After that, we'll have to maybe take a different tack. Mr. Trump told Mr. Todd Starnes, a host for media outlet Newsmax. On August 18th, the U.S. president held talks at the White House with Ukrainian counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky and a handful of European allies. Those meetings raised hopes that Mr. Putin and Mr. Zelensky could meet directly for a peace summit. However, President of Ukraine Zelensky on August 21 accused Russia of trying to avoid the necessity to meet and said that Russia did not want to end the war. Meanwhile, Russia said that Ukraine did not seem to be interested in long-term peace, accusing Kiev of seeking security guarantees completely incompatible with Moscow's demands.
UK and France were among 21 countries with the European Commission signed a joint statement on August 21st, calling Israel's approval of a major settlement project in the West Bank unacceptable and a violation of international law.
The statement of foreign ministers, whose signatories also included Australia, Canada, and Italy, stated that we condemn this decision and call for its immediate reversal in the strongest terms. Surespais. The Ramallah-based Palestinian Authority has slammed the latest move, which has also been criticized by UN Chief Antonio Guterres and the head of the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, Philippe Lazzarini. Israel approved the plans for the roughly 12 sq-km parcel of land known as E1 just east of Jerusalem on August 20. The plan seeks to build around 3,400 homes on the ultra-sensitive tract of land, which lies between Jerusalem and the Israeli settlement of Ma'ale Adumim.
Vietnamese State Vice President Võ Thị Ánh Xuân on August 21st displayed a courtesy calls on General Secretary of Lao People's Revolutionary Party and the President of Laos Thong Soon Sitalith and Lao Prime Minister Thongsaï Sithavandan as part of her 2-day official visit to Laos.
At the meetings, Truyen expressed her delight to pay an official visit to Laos and extended her sincere thanks for the warm reception. State Vice President congratulated Laos on the significant achievements after nearly 4 decades of reform. State Vice President briefed the Lao leaders on Vietnam's recent situation and informed them about her substantive and effective talks with Lao Vice President Paniathotu, during which the two sides reached high consensus on measures to further advance the special relationship between two countries. General Secretary of the Lao People's Revolutionary Party and President of Laos Thongloun Sisoulith expressed profound gratitude to Vietnam for its long-standing support to Laos, highlighting Vietnam's assistance in human resources training for Laos through projects of great symbolic significance for the special Vietnam-Laos relationship.
Upcoming are some updated news.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh has signed an official dispatch asking ministries, sectors, and localities to strengthen security and public order measures as the country prepares for major celebrations of the 80th anniversary of the August Revolution and National Day, September 2nd. Prime Minister ordered heads of ministries and ministry-level agencies, as well as chairpersons of the People's Committees of provinces and cities, to enforce the PM's previous directions on public security, order, and fire prevention. Competent authorities are required to keep a close watch on the situation, prepare response plans for complicated circumstances, while maintaining round-the-clock forces, particularly at the grassroots level, to assure security and safety.
The the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, in coordination with the Nghệ An Border Guard Command, organized a conference to review and sign a plan on managing fisheries activities and combating IUU fishing. After 5 years, the two units have inspected nearly 6,000 fishing vessels, handled 930 violations, and issued fines of more than 10 billion VND. They have also encouraged nearly 14,000 fishing vessels to sign commitments against IUU fishing. More than 99% of offshore fishing vessels have installed vessel monitoring systems, which contributed to the protection of aquatic resources, the preservation of national sovereignty, and the effort to remove the yellow card imposed by the European Commission for illegal fishing.
Towards the 80th anniversary of the August Revolution and National Day, and the 80th anniversary of the traditional day of the state organization sector, a special exhibition titled Nghệ An, a historical journey from 1802 to 1954, was opened on August 22nd at Ho Chi Minh Square in Thanh Vinh Ward. The exhibition, co-organized by the Nghệ An Department of Home Affairs and the National Archives Center Laos, Department of State Records and Archives, features nearly 200 archival documents, images, maps, and drawings. The exhibition aims to provide the public with valuable information to better understand the land and people of Nghệ An in their journey to protect the nation's independence.
When mentioning historical sites that bear witness to the arduous and heroic struggle of the Vietnamese people, it is impossible not to mention Vinh Prison, where many loyal revolutionary soldiers of heroic Soviet homeland were imprisoned. More in the story today.
Currently, all that remains of the Vinh Prison historical site is a guard post on Dao Tan Street, right next to the Nghệ An Soviet Museum in Thanh Vinh Ward. Among the prominent communists arrested and imprisoned by the French colonialism at Vinh Prison was Comrade Tan Gia Tin, the first secretary of the Thanh Truong District Party Committee. On December 25, 1929, he was arrested by the French and imprisoned at Vinh Prison. Despite brutal torture, Comrade Tan Gia Tin enthusiastically participated in the struggle against the harsh prison regime, encouraging his fellow inmates to maintain their fighting spirit.
My father said that the French colonialists tortured and beat him brutally. They hit him on both sides and on his head to force him to confess, but my father still maintained his communist spirit.
According to historical records, Vinh Prison was built by the French in 1804 within the area of the ancient Vinh Citadel, covering an area of over 19,000 square meters. During the Nghệ An Soviet uprising of 1930-1931, the prison held thousands of patriots, including prominent figures such as Le Viet Thuat, Nguyen Duy Trinh, and Ho Tung Mao. Today, many valuable documents, artifacts, and moving stories about the political prisoners held at Vinh Prison have been collected, preserved, and displayed by the Nghệ An Soviet Museum, helping the current generation understand the value of their ancestors' sacrifices.
Over the years, we have been actively collecting documents and artifacts. We have studied the memoirs of communist soldiers to find out more information about Vinh Prison.
In the heart of modern Truong Vinh Ward, the remaining traces of Vinh Prison serve as a reminder to the present generation of the tragic and heroic years, and the indomitable spirit of those who wrote the glorious history of the Vietnamese nation with their blood and patriotism.
It's time to say goodbye. Thank you so much for your watching. Goodbye.